A month ago, a French YouTuber made a video about the situation between South Korea and North Korea. He retraced the history of the peninsula, a video and topic that apparently interested people a lot. So we took a look at the video and the comments to see what do French people think of the Korean War and the situation on the peninsula. So one of the questions that was asked in the video is a reunification between North Korea and South Korea possible? Let's see if French people believe in a reunification between both Koreas. So we can see that a large majority of people in the comments seem to think that a unification would be impossible, mainly due to economic reasons. Because basically French people, I think, are aware that South Korea is one of the most developed countries in the world. North Korea is still very far behind South Korea and many other countries in the world in terms of economic and technological growth. So that's maybe why they said due to economic reasons. They said that the economic disparities between both Koreas are so huge that it would cost a lot of money to South Korea. Apparently, some other people think that China wouldn't like unification. For China, it would mean the presence of US troops like closer to China. That's maybe why they wouldn't let this happen, and they would try as much as they can to protect this situation and to keep the situation like this. And some people, of course, also say in the comments that the US wouldn't let this happen either. It wouldn't be a good strategy for them. Well, let us know in the comments what you think. So overall, people think that the best solution would be that both Koreas recognize each other as a country with their own culture, with their own history, and that they would sign a peace agreement.
우리 둘이 생각을 해서 합의를 해라. Agreement.
Yeah, just an
peacefully.
agreement. Yeah, peacefully. In any case, I think it's hard to tell as a foreigner and as French people to tell what Korea should do because it's not our country. Yeah, it's just very hard to say like South Korean, North Koreans should do this or they shouldn't do like that. I can just say that I hope someday the tensions will end, no matter how it's done, but I just hope it would end someday. If we kept the same situation, for example, with the Alsace and Lorraine, I don't know if they would think the same actually. I just wonder like how would it be in case of a reunification? Would the North try to align on the South Korean model or would they accept aligning on the South Korean model? Would the racism be worse or would there be more like tensions between people? I don't know, like so many things that are hard to imagine for the moment.
언젠가는 하겠지.
Yeah.
근데 이제 지금은 잘 모르겠어. 이게 될지 안 될지도 모르겠고. 근데 그런 건 어렸을 때 배웠어. 우리가 통일을 하면 이제 경제적인 효과나 그런 거는 배가 된다고.
So we talked about China and the US in the previous question, and that's actually the second question of the video. What do French people think about the role of the US in Korea? First, I need to say that in the video there were many like low-key jokes about the US because French people are generally used to blame the US for everything, and I'm generally part of them. Sometimes I understand, sometimes I don't. The US are never very far when there's a conflict in the world, you know, and they are masters in like placing their pieces.
미국은 천조국이라고 하니까 우리도 이제 거기는 이제 세계를 담당하는 거라고 생각을 하지.
Should people blame them? I don't know. It's also part of the geopolitics. They cannot use the human rights as an excuse or a reason to intervene in a country because we know it's not the case. So it's just about going where the resources are and trying to fight against the extreme opposite ideologies, this kind of thing. So apparently in the comments they generally say that this is because of the US. It's because of the US that the line has been drawn between like North Korea and South Korea. Many things. But some people also say that it was because of Japan originally. If Japan didn't colonize before then maybe the US wouldn't intervene. Of course Japan is responsible for many things. But I guess in any case the US, no matter how, but they would have like arrived in the peninsula.
진짜 그 생각이 들긴 하네. 일본이 만약에 우리를 식민지배를 안 했다면 이렇게 됐을까라는 생각이 드네. 갑자기 그 말 들으니까. 그걸 이제 프랑스 사람들이 했다는 거 아니야.
Some people seem to wonder if Korea is independent or still under control of the US. This is very interesting because I want to know like how Koreans like feel this situation? Like, do they see it positively or not? Do they feel like tired of the US presence or do they feel protected by the US?
너가 한국에 있었을 때 우리가 엄청 미국이랑 친하다는 느낌은 들었지. 그러니까 우리는 미국 문화에 더 가깝고.
Yeah, I cannot stop thinking that Korea would also do great also without the US in some cases. When we see like how Korea developed over the last few decades, it's incredible actually. So.
저는 지금 좀 놀라긴 해. 우리가 한국전쟁이 끝난 지 아직 100년도 안 됐는데 많이 쫓아와가지고 다른 나라들.
Yeah.
이거는 우리가 자랑스러워할 부분인 건 맞는 것 같아.
Yeah, you can be proud. Koreans really can be proud of it.
다른 사람들은 플렉스할 부분은 아닌 것 같고 그거는 좀 사람 건방지 보이잖아.
Just let us know in any case in the comments how you feel about the US presence in Korea.
How do they feel about Korean situation?
In terms of feeling, like emotions, I think looking at the comments, many people seem to be very sad about the history of the peninsula. Of course, they don't know everything about the history, but looking at the video, they just felt sad to see that Korea has struggled that much because of other countries like Japan or the US. So many comments were saying like, this is a shame to see a country that suffered that much because of a line that was drawn by another country. So they feel sad, they support Korea, but I don't know if they support South Korea and North Korea or if they support Korea as a peninsula.
Like
yeah.
As you are dating a Korean man, me?
Yeah.
Do you worry about the situation in Korea?
Yeah, of course. But it's not only because I am dating you now. I've always been interested in geopolitics in any case. Of course, I worry more, like 10 times more maybe now that I am dating you. Of course, it would be heartbreaking if you had to go to a conflict or something like this. That's something that we need to keep thinking about as an international couple. If we have kids later, like how would it be? But you know, we never know like what can happen. Also, in France, we have other problems like terrorism or this kind of things. So I just prefer not thinking about it. To be honest, I just feel that in Korea, even when we were living in Paju, so very close to North Korea. I never really thought about the situation. I never felt any tension. Even when they were talking about it on the TV sometimes, like I couldn't feel it. Now that I'm in France, I feel it much more because people keep talking about it all the time.
왜냐면 한국에 있을 때는 그런 거 있어도 그냥 바로 일하러 가고 그러잖아.
Yeah.
무시하잖아.
Yeah.
아 그렇구나.
Of course, like, they sent
뭔가 있었구나 이러고 바로 일하러 가고. 우리나라는 이게 너무 자주 그래서 그래. 너무 자주 봐서.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
무뎌진 거지.
People feel more concerned about the situation with Korea because the US are implied and French are ally of the US.
So, 이게 그러니까 다 연결이 돼 있으니까.
Yeah. It's just because we are connected. So that's one of the main reasons, I guess, why people worry is more like how could it affect my life, you know, even abroad.
나한테 미칠 영향을 생각하는구나. 이게 딱 벌어지면.
It's a little bit selfish, of course, but in any case, we cannot think about like the wars everywhere in the world. Like,
맞아, 우리도 똑같아. 우리도 다른 나라에 뭐 일어나는지 그렇게 자세히 쳐다보지 않아.
Yeah. It's just,
반대도 다 똑같지 뭐.
Of course, like in my situation now that not only because I'm dating you, but because I also started my life in Korea, I worry a lot about this. But I just prefer not thinking about it because it wouldn't change anything in any case.
우리가 한국에 있을 때 북한을 봤잖아.
Yeah.
어땠어? 딱 기분이?
I felt weird. You know, we hear a lot about North Korea. Like North Korea, it seems to be like the country we can never see, we can never go, we can never. So for me, it was incredible.
어떻게 보면 영화에 상상 속에 있는.
Yeah, like a country that almost doesn't exist, you know. I also felt very bad looking at them because you know we could like look at them and
살짝 그 동물원에서 동물들 보는 느낌이.
Yeah. Oh my God, I saw someone and he's using a bicycle. Like, and then I suddenly like stepped back and I felt like they're human. What the fuck are you doing? Like.
그러니까 조금 기분이 좀 그랬구나.
Yeah. When we talk about them, it's like the poor people from North Korea. who are
근데
struggling.
그 사람들은 거기서 어떻게 보면 태어난 거니까
Yeah,
선택권이 없었잖아.
Yeah, they didn't choose that.
그 말 하니까 사람 잡는 거 하면 안 되겠다.
Yeah,
좀 되게 미안하네. 어떻게 보면 내가 거기서 태어났으면 누군가 나를 그렇게 쳐다보고서
Yeah, I would be.
저기 북한 사람 있다고 막.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there again. I don't really feel good with this idea actually. So this video was, I think, one of the most interesting videos we did so far. We hope that you liked it also. We really want to know your opinion on this topic, but you need to keep respecting each other, of course. And if you have any like movies or books recommendations, just let us know in the comments also, because I saw one comment under the video that was saying like, do you have any book recommendation or movie recommendation over this topic? I'm very interested. So let us know. Maybe some French people would watch this video also and they would be happy to see that. So see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe. 좋아요.
구독.
해주세요.
바이바이.